Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And boy, oh boy, do we have an episode for you guys today that you definitely want to stick around for. So make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So where do I even begin? Where do I even begin with this story? This morning, was doing some research, trying to figure out, what to talk about today. As y'all know, the NBA season, things are pretty slow right now, and there really isn't that much to talk about, right? So I was doing my research, and then I stumbled upon an article from fadeawayworld.net that totally floored me. Now, before I even get into the article, it has everything to do, obviously, with Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets, but I just quickly want to say this. The Brooklyn Nets, in my personal opinion, are turning into one of the biggest jokes in all of the NBA, right? The stories that we continue to hear coming out from this organization are absolutely laughable. If we think of the litany of things that the Brooklyn Nets organization has gone through over the last, 6 months, it's a total joke. No one really understands who's leading that organization. And now, with the latest news of Kevin Durant going to the owner, meeting the owner, I believe it was in London, they had a meeting, and basically he told them that, listen, if it's either you trade me or you get rid of your general manager and your head coach. And then the owner, Joe Tsai, which we did a live covering that, basically came out and told Katie, he put it on Twitter, that I'm going to be siding with our staff and I'm going to do what's in the best interest of the Brooklyn Nets staff. Well, the question is this: if you felt this strongly, why didn't you take this position all along? Why were you letting these guys basically dictate the terms to you? And some people say, well, no, you don't understand. That's the way it works in the NBA, blah, 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 blah. But now all of a sudden you guys want to decide that you want to have a backbone and take back the power. So that's the one. No one really understands what's going on with the Brooklyn Nets. But then I stumbled upon this story today that I thought was absolutely laughable. A total joke of a story. And only this scenario can only occur with the Brooklyn Nets. But before we even get into this article that I want to read for you guys, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Aura, who's also the official sponsor of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards, only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So let me just get into this article here. It starts off with the headline from fadeawayworld.net. Kyrie Irving allegedly wanted his new contract to guarantee he wouldn't have to play more than 60 games per season and not to play in back-to-back games. The entire saga with the Brooklyn Nets seeing both Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving want out of the team 3 years after signing with the squad seemed to have kicked off when Joe Tsai refused to sign a contract extension with Irving in June. The Nets are unwilling to offer him a long-term max contract with his availability issues, and as a result, Durant wanted out, knowing Irving won't be a part of a long-term plan in Brooklyn. NBA insider Rick Bucher was hosting his On the Ball podcast and revealed some very interesting points. Conflict between Kyrie Irving and Joe Tsai during Kyrie's contract extension talks. Kyrie wanted and written into his contract that he won't have to play more than 60 games a season and will be allowed to sit out of inhumane back-to-back matchups. Basically, continues on. Joe Tsai already has showing his willingness to play hardball with Kyrie by taking a max extension off the table almost immediately. Now, Part of that may be Kyrie's doing. I'm told he wanted his new contract to guarantee he wouldn't have to play in more than 60 games in a season and would not have to play in back-to-backs, which he apparently referred to as inhumane. The one thing people don't trust Irving with is his availability. It would be extremely foolish for the Nets to give him a long-term contract under conditions like that. These demands should be a red flag for an interested team in Kyrie, as a deal like this would mean their star player isn't available for large chunks of the season. So that's what the article had to say there. Let me tell you guys something. Okay, let me tell you guys something. I personally believe that this entire thing is a joke. I think the entire thing is a joke. First of all, Kyrie Irving allegedly or reportedly is saying that he only wants to play 60 games per season. Here's the kicker in all of that. In the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons, Kyrie Irving has only played more than 60 games 2 times. In the last 3 seasons, Kyrie Irving played 29 games, 54 games, and 20 games. Okay, Kyrie Irving only played a maximum of 54 games in one season in the last 3 years. Last time I checked, the NBA calendar has 82 games. Here's something else worth noting. Kyrie Irving has only played above 70 games 2 times in his NBA career. Kyrie Irving has been in the NBA for how many years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years. 2 out of the 11 years that Kyrie Irving has been a professional, he's only played 70 games twice. He's only played above 60 games 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in his 11-year career, which means that over 50% of the time, Kyrie Irving has not even played 60 games. So if this report is true, and he used the term inhumane to describe playing more than 60 games, well, for the better part of your career, maybe 50% of your career, you haven't been playing 60 plus games. So what are you complaining about? Number one. Number two, if Kyrie Irving or someone else of that with that line of thinking believes that playing 82 games in the regular season is inhumane, I have a very simple question for you guys. Why do you want to go to the NBA? Number one. Number two, why did you agree to go to the NBA? Number three, why don't you just quit the NBA if it's inhumane? How can, if you feel like playing more than 60 games is inhumane, why would you want to play in a league that you consider to be inhumane? Why? Why would you want that? Number one. Number two, why would you want the compensation of a guy that's of an 82 game schedule, but only want to play 60 games? Why would you want that? You see, listen, I don't know if this is true, but I'm just going to assume it is true for a moment. If it is in fact true that Kyrie believes that playing 82 games or anything above playing 60 games is inhumane, then we got some serious problems going on here. We got some very, 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 very serious problems that we are dealing with. Inhumane. The meaning of inhumane means without compassion for misery or suffering, cruel, severe, harsh, brutal, callous, sadistic, severe, vicious. That's what we're comparing an 82 game schedule to. This is what we're doing. So I got another question. If this is inhumane, why haven't any other players in the past? Why didn't they complain about it? Why did Michael Jordan complain about these inhumane conditions? Why didn't Kobe Bryant complain about these inhumane? Why were those guys trying to play as many games as possible? Why are you the only one complaining about this being inhumane? See, listen, I think the whole thing is a joke if this is true. Some people got upset with me when I said I don't care to relate to some of these guys' issues. I'm more concerned about things that people are going through on a real day-to-day level than what these guys are going through. I don't care. This is what I'm talking about. This is why Shaq called it the cupcake era. This is the cupcake era of the NBA. Somebody made a statement the other day. The NBA is trying to figure out ways to reduce games while the NFL is trying to figure out ways to add games. I don't understand. How is this inhumane? How is playing basketball inhumane? How? How is it inhumane? What do you guys think, man? Y'all leave your comments in the comment section, man. I can't rock with these dudes, man. I can't get down with this type of energy, man. This is what we're calling inhumane. Catch y'all on the next episode. I'm out.